1079 KCJM, The Joy. 1079 KCJM, The Joy.
This is a public service announcement for all these haters. You know, if eating is your thing, you can go ahead and do that away from us non-eaters. I'm pretty sure there's a foundation or somebody that can help you. Eat it. And have a nice day. Chaz.
Hello? Oh, we done made it. Hold on, y'all. I got one viewer, right? That's the one thing I did not like about this transition from Facebook to YouTube. All the people that watch this show are on Facebook. And so trying to make them transfer over to YouTube to continue catching this great content, it's a bit of a difficult task because it's a little bit of a learning curve. You just got to click an extra button. Understood. Understood. Welcome, everybody. I know this is long, long overdue. Hold on, my monocle fell out. Uh, so yeah, this is long overdue. I did indeed miss all of you for all the great things that you guys pour into my spirit as far as keeping going. There's a few things that I want to address today. I'm going to give you guys an update on a variety of things. Namely, um, there's a flyer going around from a good friend, Brother Nat. Brother Nat says that he's taking some people to Alabama on a legacy tour. So we could learn a little bit more about our history and about where we come from, about what we've been through. Um, the ticket prices is $90 per person, right? That covers your bus ride. And then I believe it covers your fees as well to get into the museum. Um, Also, uh, every child must be accompanied by an adult, and that adult also has to spend $114 on a hotel room that night, right? Because it's going to be overnight. Boom. So there you have it, folks. I don't know what else to tell you other than people should definitely be in on this one. July 9th, I want to say. I want to say 9th through the 11th, maybe. I'll get the dates right. Well, wait, the damn flyers on the screensaver. So yeah, you guys that are seeing this from Facebook, you can see the flyer from the page. Um, what else did I want to cover? Also, your narcissistic mayor, he's continually being narcissistic. So watch out for that. Better duck. You don't want to get swung on. Uh, what else? You oh Oh, yeah. I know what I wanted to talk about. So, in lieu of the upcoming election season that's about to get kicked off here, well, it's already kicked off. The damn campaign season's already started. So, in lieu of that, and recognizing that Jock Roy has no allies at KLAB, Jock Roy has enlisted the help of one of his old lapdogs. That's right, champs. Stephen Maxwell is back in Alexandria. What would bring Stephen Maxwell back to Alexandria, you may ask? I don't know. I really don't. But it definitely has something to do with Jock Roy. Because now Stephen Maxwell's, I believe he's on Sin Law Broadcasting on one of their stations. Which is all owned by one group of people or one, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like the O'Day Laverne thing, right? It looks like a whole bunch of people are invested in this one business venture, but no, it's just him. Yeah, it's just him. Um, but yeah, Sinlaw Broadcasting has hired Stephen Maxwell because Stephen Maxwell was called by Jock Roy for some media assistance, um, which is a shame because that means that Jock Roy has no let's say cojones. Is that how you say it in Spanish? Anyway, uh, yeah, that accountability. Yeah, he can't take that. So we're just gonna leave that where it is, and we're giving you the heads up. You can be looking forward to Stephen Maxwell covering Jock Roy instead of Jock Roy going to KLAB. I believe it's going to be like a little media fight between them two, between KLAB and between whatever weird ass channel Stephen Maxwell's on the radio. I can't get you back on TV, but I can get you on the radio. Come on back, man. Come on back. Come on back, man. I need your help, man. They're giving me hell over that KLAB, man. I got to have some damn help. That's what Jock Roy said to Stephen Maxwell. Also, if you're in a church that's being led by a criminal, blink twice. Okay? Blink twice. Hold on. Yeah, blink twice. If you're in fear, blink twice. That's right. Somebody in Alexandria is blinking twice. There's several somebody's blinking twice. Y'all do need prayer, but I wouldn't want that pastor y'all got putting hands. I wouldn't want that pastor putting hands on an animal at a petting zoo, much less on somebody's forehead to quote unquote pray for him. Clarence, they blinking, bro. Them people blinking, Clarence. Them people blinking, and God ain't sleep, Clarence. God ain't sleep. Somebody let me know that he was somebody let me know that he was on somebody's live the other day and talking about how all the charges were dropped. And then somebody hit me up and was like, hey, he's running the church into the ground and they're damn near broke. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I thought he wasn't taking any money from the church because he said he was going to do it for free. And then I remember us telling y'all that this is a ploy. It's a tactic. It's a trick. It's put on by Mark Woods. And Mark Woods actually has no care about what happens to that church or the people in that church. We definitely tried to tell y'all. I'm going to give you my mama the mama treatment today. We definitely tried to tell y'all that nigga was just a nigga. He wasn't. God calls people. God didn't call that nigga. Excuse my language. I ain't saying that I know, that I know, but I know God didn't call that nigga. That nigga came. Mark Woods called that nigga. That's who called him. But y'all got him up in y'all church. And I swear, y'all probably need to do something about getting him out of that church for Judgment Day come. Because it's going to be a whole bunch of hell and a whole bunch of handbaskets. You know what I mean? It's going to be a whole bunch of fiery draws, pants on fire. You know what I mean? I'm just talking to nobody. It's 0 viewers. That's cool. But yeah, I want to encourage y'all to take that next step forward. And if you hear me talking about any of these SOBs that these people, that certain people hold in such high regard, if you hear me talking down on these people, that just lets you know that they are only people. They're not holier than thou. They're not above the law. They don't, none of that. None of that. They're just people. They're just people that suck. Let's add that. They're just people that suck. So yeah, y'all take the next step. All I can do is bring attention to it, let people know that them people are being held under duress and that Clarence Reed is the crook that we said he was. He is. I don't know why, he is the criminal that we said he was. Full stop. Right? So we told you guys that it was probably not the best idea to put him at the head of anything. He couldn't even head up his own campaign. He couldn't even head up a campaign to get rid of somebody else. There's a lot of things that Clarence Reed can't do. Being honest is one of them. Telling the truth is another one. And driving at night is a third one. Because remember, he did damn near knock out somebody with his vehicle and then went home then came back to the scene of the crime where he hit the person with his truck, picked up the mirror that fell off of his truck from hitting the person, drove back home, put the mirror back on, and then put the car immediately on sale on Facebook Marketplace. That's the kind of guy you're dealing with. You know what I mean? You can't get mad at me. Uh, Additionally, uh, I want to dig a little bit into some of the other stuff. So Roosevelt and Reddix are out here actively milling about doing nothing, but just got cameras in their face and just milling about doing absolutely zero. But it looks like it's important. It looks important, but it's not. They're gearing up for their campaign season as well. They'll be running for, let me see, it'd have to be at large. Or no. Roosevelt is gearing up to run against Gary Johnson. Yeah. And Reddix is gearing up to run for the at-large position as if he could actually be elected again. That's crazy to me. But you know what? Who am I to dash somebody's hopes? Yeah. I don't want to dash nobody's dreams. It's just you got to know what your specialty is, and politics ain't his. Hold on. I'm trying to get to this thing. Hold on. Oh, still 0 viewers. I'm telling y'all, this is gonna be a rough transition. I'm not gonna be able to, be as flexible as I want to be with Facebook. It's not gonna give you the notifications like it used to with Facebook, but at least I can say we put this on record, and I can share it after this. Oh yeah, your utility rates. I guess this should be predictions. Yeah, your utility rates. Yeah, get ready, champ. It's going up. It's going up. Jock is going to make you guys suffer, and right around, he's going to give you guys about 3 months of relief, and that them 3 months of relief is going to lead right into, it's going to lead. No, he's going to give you 6 months of hell, and he's going to make it seem like And if you can really pay attention, there's an ebb and flow about when utility rates go up and go down. So about every 6 months, he puts the screws to y'all and raises y'all utility rates for about a good 3 months. Then he unscrews it a little bit and lets it down a little bit. Then 6 months after that, he screws it up again and just ratchets it down and raises y'all rates. And then he gets off of it a little bit. That's all it is. It's the system. It's a cycle, right? You notice that your utility bills go higher in the summertime, in spite of you might not even be running your AC like talking about. But he sees the summertime as the perfect opportunity to turn the rates up on your bill. So that way you can say that, it wasn't us. It was your air conditioner, or some other lie. Uh oh. And about that trip, if y'all want to go on the trip, contact brother Nat Turner, because he has all the info. I'm just trying to spread the word. That way, people know about it. They can't say they didn't know about it. They can't say they didn't have time to prepare or none of that. You know, show comments on stage. Yeah, of course I want to show the comments on stage. Oh, I guess that's something I got to pay for. Never mind. Um, additionally, folks, let me get to the business at hand. We're going to be able to go through I owe you all commentary on the remainder of the mayor's briefing. It's about 20 minutes left, and I think we should do that. I think that's a good way to do our show today. is to gather up around the campfire and listen to this bullshit from Jock Roy. Your local Rotary Club also participates in your demise. There's a number of organizations that participate in your demise. You got the Salvation Army, who really they see people that are disadvantaged and they say, hey, let me get $12 about you so you can have a place to sleep tonight. So yeah, that's kind of a little disingenuous, but who am I to judge? You've got there's a number of people, but hold on 1 second. Video file, share screen. Yeah, I don't know about this new setup. Share, there we go. I added an extension onto my browser, and for some reason, there's some bitch want to do pop-ups. But okay, hold on. All right, let's run it back a little bit. Yeah, let's run it back a little bit. Catch up where we left off at.
City.
Oh man, they're commercials.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how.
Hold on.
I keep track of all my tasks.
We need to make sure you are doing it at certain times, that parking lot rules and other things.
Hold on, let me bring this back.
No regulation, no situation where people have even had the business. You don't know if it's insured. You don't know anything. It's basically just an open party being charged at the door by a facility that's not supposed to operate.
Okay, he's talking about this incident that happened over there on Lee Street and how he's going to drop the hammer of Thor on the people that are participating in this. You know, it's really crazy. Those cameras. If he would have had those cameras, we would have been able to solve everything by now. You know what I mean? Yeah, well.
Operate as it's operating. I'll leave it at that. Same issue now with coverages on insurance. Same issues with all of the other problems, except that thing's going to happen then. There's a history at this location. So we're not in the excuse game. Should we, as the city, inquire in those situations? You bet. If we go by a bar and you see a licensed bar, you know it's there and things are happening, 3 or 4, the parking lot's full, it looks like underage kids are there. This issue on Jackson Street.
No, I'm not gonna do this to y'all. Yeah, so you guys look, as much as we love you, and this is out of the depths of my heart, as much as we love you and as much as we want to put and pour positivity and intellect and information into you, some of this shit y'all gotta see for yourself. If you got a mayor up here talking about bars opening and closing and seeing what looks like teenagers, you know, might be teenagers, I don't know. If he's up there talking about that instead of the shit that is actually pertinent to your community, you got to get rid of him. He's up there talking about nightclubs and bars and getting the city involved. And look, that's all fine and good and dandy. I promise you it is. It's a great idea. Is it important enough to talk about at a mayor's briefing? Fuck no. No, it's not.
Can I say something?
Maybe. It depends on what you're going to say. No, go ahead, Mom.
Okay, real quick. Okay, do you notice how he never explains why cameras would do the trick? You ever notice that? He never says. He'll mention cameras, but he never says. He always says something else to go with cameras. But the issue is, it's been proven over and over again that cameras are solving a lot of crimes. So what is the issue with putting cameras in your high crime areas if you, as the mayor and people that's on your committee or whatever, your administration ain't doing something wrong? There's no way you're going to tell me a small town like Alexandria that you cannot get cameras in it. Are you concerned that you're going to catch one of your buddies on it, or what? What is the deal with you avoiding putting cameras where they need to be to stop all the crimes? It's like we know that crime pays. It doesn't pay us, it pays them. So I'm not in a hurry to put up high surveillance or high another word I want to use.
High traffic areas.
Yeah, high traffic area or the hot spots in town. You talk about the hot spots all the time.
But
why don't you have cameras in those areas?
No.
Why are people still dying? Why? Because you're not in a hurry to solve the crimes. That's why. You want to have a doggone bone to be throwing all the time. That's what it is. You're talking about it, but you ain't doing nothing about it. And it's getting kind of old, to be honest with you.
It's essentially the same dog and pony trick. Yeah.
Exactly, every time. And his mayor briefings are like nails on a chalkboard.
You see, so we've definitely got to do something about the air conditioning outside. Okay. There's other cities. You go to Shreveport, Baton Rouge, go to Chicago, go to Denton, you go to Denver. All these places have outdoor air conditioning. Right? So we want to condition the air outside. I know. I grew up in the same type of household where if somebody opened up the door and let the cold air out, people be upset. You know, your grandmother, mother, uncle, your uncle, daddy, your granduncle. People be upset, you know. Don, and I'm pretty sure you can attest to this. Sometimes it needs to be a little bit colder outside than the news reports. That's the type of shit y'all get to hear every mayor's briefing. It's some new bullshit. It's almost becoming comical to the degree.
He's not talking about, I'm sorry, I need to interrupt you again. He's not talking about businesses coming here. What are they doing to make the infrastructure better? He's not talking about key things that need to be talked about. Everything he's talking about when it comes to crime, it sounds personal. Okay, has nothing to do with it as a whole when it comes to the city of Alexandria. He acts just like Trump. It's about me. It's not about making the city better. It really isn't. I don't understand why people are not catching that. And I know, you know what, too? You do certain things when you're trying to break people down. You do certain things repetitively.
You do it systematically.
Sure.
You have to do it systematically.
Yeah, exactly. You do it so that eventually people will stop caring. And when they turn their head and stop caring, that's when the crimes are done. That's when the stealing is done. That's when the utilities go up and you're stealing money from the utilities and you're trying to verify it and you're trying to justify why you're doing certain things. That's why he will never sell the utility and get under somebody who really know what they're doing. It's because he won't benefit from it that way.
Where
A
is
lot of times what he talking about at the mayor briefing, as much as we listen to him, it's irrelevant.
it's not only is it irrelevant, it's pointless. It's drivel.
It's pointless. A lot of pointless jabs. That's all he's
That's
doing.
that's
Jibber jab.
that's
You know?
his personal
Damn.
post where he can get up there and talk shit about people and talk shit to people without being held accountable for it.
And say whatever he wants. It's like a personal jabs he be taking a lot of times.
Let's say the media.
Stop it.
The media.
You are an ineffective mayor. Like I said before, we need to get some t-shirts. In order for Alexandria to grow, Jock has got to go.
No, if you want to
That's
grow,
the only thing.
Jock's got to go.
Yeah.
We want to
He's not
grow.
gonna do anything
Roy's
until
got
he
to
goes.
go. We want to grow. Roy's got to go.
That's a good slogan.
Hey,
right?
you know what? I'm a natural protester.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
come from a
forgot.
long
That's
line
the
of
one.
dissenters.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, when is it gonna stop? When are we? And I'm saying we, the people, is gonna say, okay, Jock, we're tired of this crap you doing. Let's make some progress. We in 2025. We're knocking at the door of 2026, and you look at Alexandria now and look at it 10 years ago. How much has really truly changed in Alexandria? Really? Y'all know 10 years ago wasn't that far back.
Man, 12 years ago wasn't that long ago.
It was, 12 years ago wasn't that far back.
10
So,
years
what
ago
I'm
was
saying-
2015, and we thought we were at the edge of the world then.
Yeah.
Now it's 2025, and this.
We should be so high tech for a city so small. Okay, you're losing people. Shoot, the whole state of Louisiana is losing people.
Well, see, that's a part of the plan. What we want to do is we want to get rid of many of you niggas as possible.
But you can't because they're bred here. So
Well,
you can't get rid of.
You got to
everybody.
change. You have
It
to
ain't all of
change.
us that's leaving.
We have to
It ain't
change
all
where
of
they're
us
breeding at. If you can change where they're
We're
breeding
going
at,
for
we can
better
do a lot more.
opportunity, better jobs, better infrastructure, better housing. That's what they're doing. And a safe place for their kids to grow.
Well, let's get some more of this. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
As y'all recall, we put a stop to it. But anywhere you see that where there's a suspicion, what should we on that door and figure it out? But if something's a business and we don't know, we're not going to be able to prevent all of those catastrophes from happening. So what should we do as a city? Well, Jim, Chuck, Lizzie, others, we need to pass legislation that makes sure.
All right. So Jim, Chuck, Lizzie, and others. Brother Nat, welcome to the show.
What's going on?
We got one viewer and our Wi-Fi is okay. It came back up. We want to talk about. I wanted to give everybody the opportunity to hear you from yourself give the promo about the trip to Alabama.
Oh, well, as far as, what I'm getting is, if we don't know our past, we're doomed to repeat it. We know it was slaves, because that's what they taught us in the classroom. But they don't know the extent of what really happened. And it seems like, to me, we're headed right back down the transitioning to be slaves right now. What I mean is that they're trying to get other people out to force us to be slaves later on. And not slaves as picking cotton. I mean slaves in the jailhouse. And when it says in the Constitution, you're free until you become a slave. A lot of people don't understand that.
Yep.
I just want to give people an opportunity to see how it goes from slavery to mass incarceration. For the ones who want to go, that's cool. For the ones who don't want to go, it's cool. But somebody said that if you want to learn about slavery, you can go right there to the Kent House.
Damn.
But that's there's somebody. I'll tell you who that is later on.
Please do.
But yeah, there's Reddick. It's Reddick.
Oh, Reddick said that?
You know, it's not about that, you know, though. It's about what's really going on in life. Hello?
Uh-huh.
I lost, dog.
Can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
He can't hear us.
Yeah, he'll come back in.
Yeah.
So Reddick's made that comment.
Reddick said, if you want to learn about slavery, go to the.
And you know what? That's his ignorance. That's why he's where he at in his life. Everything that decision he made is because of his mindset.
Reddick reminds me of one of the black people that would get married at a plantation.
Yeah. Well, he'd be getting married to the other side too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He'll get married to the other side in a heartbeat. The only thing
He'll do it at a plantation.
And he'll do it at a plantation. You can't expect no more from Django Unchained, okay?
Damn.
Steven. You can't
Steven.
expect for Steven to say anything, just like Van Dyke. You can't expect for them to say anything that's gonna be really, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
You cannot
That
expect
if you are selling alcohol
to say anything
and
really that
you
makes
are
sense.
doing it at certain
Jealous.
times, that
That's a
hawking,
jealous-hearted, evil, double-minded black man.
Damn.
That's what that is.
Tell him how you really feel.
I'm just saying it. And anybody else who agree with him and thought that was something cute to say, they are the same. I put them in the same category.
Ah, damn.
I'm sorry.
lot rules and
I'm
other
saying
things have new things in place.
And that's
Look, it
why
wasn't always
a
this
lot
way,
of,
but that's where we are
just
today.
like him, stuck right here in Alexandria, can't go nowhere else because he wouldn't be able to survive anywhere else. Okay? That's why he never left here. It ain't a lot of people don't leave here because they can't survive anywhere else. That's why they never leave. And he's one of those people. Now, I'll tell that to his face. And anybody who joins in with him, I'll tell them the same thing. Yeah, that's why. That's why a lot of people don't like to see progress. And they don't want to see people elevate. Because for one thing, they don't think they deserve it. And for the other thing is they jealous.
Damn.
Nat keeps doing what the hell he doing. They don't want to go, leave them here. They want to stay ignorant, let them stay ignorant. You ain't going to be able to teach everybody. You got a lot of people going to school and coming out with no diplomas, okay, or degrees, because they ain't learning nothing. They just going because they were forced to go. Let me stop.
Yeah, you got to ease up off them people, Bloodbath.
Excuse me, sir?
You got to ease up off of them, Bloodbath.
No, because the truth is the truth. That's an ignorant statement to make. That shows how he got that doggone certificate of attendance.
Oh, hold
That's
on. Okay.
No, don't stop me now. That's why he got that certificate of attendance and not a real, genuine, authentic diploma. And don't have no degrees behind his name because of his total ignorance for his own history. That's pathetic.
Well, okay. So let's put this into perspective. Right? Everybody that runs with him is the same way. All those. Let's rewind the clocks a couple years, about 5 years. Here it is. It's 2020. Pandemic is kicking off. And people are in the house, but these yahoos are out during the campaign season, calling themselves campaigning during COVID, giving out food. They were responsible for half the COVID cases in Alexandria. What a shame. And then you got Reddick, you got Steven, you got Jack, you got Danny Lair, you got Brandon Odom, You have all these characters. What's his name? Brian, what's his name? BJ Bennett, Sterling Brown. You got all these characters, all these black folks working in concert with each other to overthrow, get rid of the black councilman. And you fast forward 5 years, and you got to ask yourself, where are they now? Where are they now? And my point is, we've got to stop jumping at the shiny things. Just because they said something that you can, like, how can I say? Just because they said something that sounded cool and nobody bothered to look underneath the surface of what they were really saying or what they were really doing, you're not supposed to jump at that. You guys are supposed to be unimpressed as possible. If you really want to impress me, show me an idea that you've developed and you want to implement. You really want to impress some people, show me something that you're gonna do irregardless of you getting elected or not. Show me now you don't got to show me the blueprints, but let me know that you have a plan for when you lose. You know, don't just say I'm going to still be involved in the community even if I don't get elected. Don't just say that. Actually do it. Actually do it. Or you're going to end up like Clarence Reed. You're going to end up like Clarence Reed. You're going to end up like Clarence Reed, and you're going to take you're going to get them photos made for you to run and campaign. You're going to put all these logos and wear these damn shirts like the Masons really are endorsing you, or like the VFWs really got your back and they're going to tell you, take that shit down, bro. We don't fuck with you like that. And you're going to have to do it. And you're going to have to go around and collect all 26 of those signs you stole from Catherine Davidson. And you and Brandon Odom are going to have to figure out how not to abuse people and physically accost them and assault them. You two assaulted somebody. You two literally assaulted somebody on camera. We got to do better, folks. And Jock Roy does tie into what I'm saying, because Jock Roy is the type of person that would send those type of people to you and be like, hey, you know, these are some good guys right here. Trust me, bro.
Today, where we are is when folks pour out in the parking lot.
That he actually tells you
early morning
advertises that they're such great people. You ever notice they're all crooks and scammers and
gypsies, tramps, and thieves?
Exactly. Those are the people that your mayor associates himself with.
No, those are the good black folks to him.
Yeah, to them, you know, you got the pastors that he hangs out with, all of them crooked.
Oh, Larry Turner. I forgot. Yeah, Larry Turner and Clarence Reed should be the same person.
Do you see what? But see, darkness attracts darkness. Evil attracts evil. Those energies work together, okay? A light is not going to run to the dark and hang around the dark all the time. It's just not.
Light absolutely obliterates the dark.
Exactly.
Destroys it.
So they're not going to hang around with a bunch of dark people if you don't have some type of darkness in you.
Damn.
Okay? You're not. Your energy is not going to attract that type of person to be around you.
Damn.
Okay?
Hold on.
I want to sound like a grandfather's grandfather on this. I get people want to have a good time and all, but statistically, the risk is now too great on those kinds of situations. And I'm just going to tell you, there's an absolute statistical relationship if those businesses aren't being run correctly, that you're going to see a consequence. So there's some thoughtful things that we want to bring up to you about changing it. We are studying.
Statistically, if you're not doing something correctly, of course it's going to fall apart. That's not even got nothing to do with statistics. That's just common.
Where we are on Sunday closing rules and all that. There has been in the code now, I think it's 3 a.m.
I want to make it a little bit earlier because you colored just, you know. All right. That's what I feel like he's saying. You know.
3 a.m.'s late. If you got folks poured out in parking lots and are still sort of the party carries out of the door at 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. in a parking lot, you're kind of building that recipe for a disastrous event. And so we have.
So we're going to have to get you niggers in the house probably about midnight. Yeah, I mean, it sounds good, but like get you guys in the house by about midnight. All that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, we need our streets empty. Yeah, so our parties are going to go to 6 a.m., but you're not going to know you were having parties at all.
Have to, as a society, decide as a community, is this what we want? It shouldn't set up with the council. Because as soon as I say this, then it gets covered, however it gets covered, and that becomes the issue. They're trying to shut my business down. No one's trying to shut any business down. In fact, there are some model bars that have security and those things. That's what I'm talking about. If you're going to operate at certain times and hours.
Or something.
Why do you say that?
Well, because he said there's some model bars that have security and all that. Where?
He's talking about, how would you know all that?
Who, me?
No, the mayor knows what bars got what? Well, because.
Well, hold on now, God damn it. I'm just a man like everybody else. Of course I'm going to know these things.
You know what? He's going to know that because they have to get permits and licenses. So they would know all that.
So he's overseeing the permits and licenses?
Knowing him.
Yeah.
Knowing the little king. Yes, he probably knows.
And in certain ways, you're going to have to secure your environment. But what you can't do is secure your environment like this Lee Street situation.
People get shot at.
You're going to.
He knows how many security and how well put together the bars are.
Yeah, well.
Get the hell out of here.
Damn.
Have to have real security.
Can't solve a crime.
When all the facts come out in that case, it's going to be an anatomy of a bad thing for the public to see. I know what they are so far, and it is bothersome, to say the least. And it's preventable. Yes.
People that running the situation.
I remember this part because I'm working on respecting people's opinions. But it's certain people, like if they stop talking and never spoke another word from here to eternity, I wouldn't give a good googly moogly. And Chuck Fowler and Jim Villard, even Lizzie Felter, I could give a damn if they ever spoke vocally or verbally ever again. And this is one of those moments. We're going to get through this together.
They will, but if they don't have any coverage or again, I mean, it's not about whether when you have a business, there are certain things I would call part of the business judgment. Care and insurance and doing things that ensure that you have the safety of others is part of that social obligation to people. Do you have to have insurance? In some cases, yes. In some cases, if if you do an event with the city or other things, you're required to carry it and even make us a named insured. Not true for private bars, but when we have festivals and other events, we do a lot of things you guys may not be aware of to ensure that if something goes wrong, we're able to
Now,
take care of that
some of those
situation.
things that you're talking about, is that squirreling away money for incidents? Are you squirreling away money just to pretend like something went wrong so you can be like, oh, we need to use this money because we got to fix this right quick?
Some of this stuff is what I would call pop-up alcohol sales events.
Nat,
Yeah,
have you been attending any of these pop-up alcohol sales events?
I don't drink.
I don't think you understood the question. Have you been attending? And let me play it back for you.
I can't hear it, but
Things that ensure that you have the safety of others at heart is part of that social obligation to people.
Hold on. Go ahead.
to the point where if the citizens of Alexandria ain't mad about it, I ain't gonna be mad about it either. Because they like it. And they'll get a influential Negro to smooth over the pain. They don't know they suffering. Because as long as you got a party going on, you don't worry about no suffering. That's what's going on.
They just want to party. Nat, you was in the middle of telling us about the field trip.
Well, it's an educational trip. And I blame everything on Salida McCall. She always telling me what you can do, and she don't never say what you can't do. So everything's her fault.
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever gonna have a black awakening in Alexandria, or the St-Law area in general. But I'm gonna do my part, and if they get on board, fine. And if they don't, that's fine too. But we don't have no kind of blackness in Alexandria or the St-Law area. You know, that kid house is not for black people. We don't have no black heritage in Alexandria. And I said before, the closest thing is we got is black history in Alexandria is the Lapidan law firm. You know, if you're so, I know they're talking about the Arnold Overton thing, but look who runs that. That's run by white people. We don't have no kind of black, nothing. And it's like that by design. So I want to show people how we had black stuff back in the day. We had our own black stores, our own black hotels, our own black bus lines and stuff like that. And hopefully it inspires somebody to start thinking black and being black, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going back to listen to the show.
All right, it ain't that much left of it. Well, just stick around. I'm about to wrap it up here because we're gonna have to do a night show. It won't be tomorrow. It might be tomorrow night. Yeah, I might be able to pull it off tomorrow night. But it won't be tonight, unfortunately. I have some pre-existing conditions. But we will continue because we really didn't do nothing but a quick review, a quick update. We called Jock Rugg a liar a few more times. And that's pretty much all we did this show. We gave everybody the update. What's the dates on the trip? No, you can't hear me. All right, we'll get
The date on the trip is July 9th.
to the 11th.
July 10th.
To the July the 10th. Okay, this is overnight.
Yeah, I think we're leaving out the Tamar parking lot in Pinedale.
Okay.
Like I say, there's plenty of places I could have took the kids. You know, I could have took them to Dallas to a water party. But what would they learn? You know, Chinese people don't stop learning. Arab people don't stop learning. You know, we can't take breaks during the summertime and then expect our kids to know something when school start the following August.
Right.
So I'm gonna learn them something. That's how the old folks say.
Yep, I'm gonna learn you something today. Man, that's yeah. I'm gonna learn you something.
Yeah. So that's the goal right there.
All right.
And I know it got some people that don't think it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Oh, they don't fill the bus. What they gonna do? The bus will be leaving.
The bus will be leaving 7 a.m. July 9th.
July 9th.
Yeah.
So you can have the naysayers and all you want. The bus will be leaving July 9th at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. You know what?
That is what it is.
That is what it is. You know what, folks? I again, like I say, I always enjoy bringing this particular show to y'all. We will get into some more things. I do have to do the city council meeting, which it usually takes us about 2 weeks to break down everything, given how fast the world is spinning. It usually takes us about a week, 2 weeks to get to, you know, actually doing stuff that or actually getting through the different council meetings and the mayor's briefings. But we get through them, right? We get through them together. We get through them laughing, or we get through them angry, which either way it goes, we get through them. That being said, folks, I'm gonna oh, Nat, I was gonna cut on the theme music. Brother, let me tell you this. I got a message from over there at somebody from inside where Clarence Reed is over there pastoring at. I wanna damn it, I'll read the message. I don't give a damn. I just, you know, make sure that the person remains anonymous.
Yeah, I got it too.
You got that same message?
Yeah, here's my thing about that. I ain't doing no more dirty work.
They
Let me tell you why.
all right.
Well, they'll put it there. They want to put it out there, but they want us to see it. And then they'll sit around and say, why are they doing that?
Well, you know, to be honest with you, this ain't no different than what we've been saying for the last 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
This ain't no different than what we've been saying for the last, 5, 6 years now? At least the last 4. I mean, you got to give us at least the last 4. But we've been saying this for a long time, y'all. I don't know. I guess.
Well, I don't see why do people be scared of telling the truth?
If them people, if you really don't want what's going on at the church to go on at the church, then leave the church. Leave it.
Leave the church.
Find you another church that ain't crooked. There's a few of them. It ain't a lot of them, but it's a few of them.
Yeah, and you can't be a child of God and then scared to speak the truth.
You can't be a child of God.
Keep that up.
You can't be a child of God and be scared of the damn pastor. No, what up, Brother Greg? Brother Greg said that's facts.
You see, so when when you're doing stuff like that, you're scared to say something, and you know it's wrong. Well, you got to use that famous saying. What would Jesus do?
Jesus would come in there and flip over all the tables.
Exactly. So that scared and a man of God don't add up to nothing. Or a woman of God, that don't add up. So either you're gonna be one or you're gonna be the other.
Yes.
You see, and you can't be both of them.
You can't be both.
You see, because if they see somebody they don't like, they're gonna talk loud about the, oh Lord, I can't stand her. And then the pastor doing wrong, and you forgive the pastor for what he doing. Oh, I can't talk about the pastor. Oh, okay.
Why you
that's
can't?
going on.
That nigga is a. You know what? You're right. You can't talk about the pastor.
You see? So it's like it's a double standard. You know, just because a man say he's a pastor, that don't mean that he's a man of God. So I'm not a man of God just because I'm not a pastor. And all this stuff about, oh, God intercedes. God don't need no man to do nothing for him. Yeah, I don't give a goddamn about no man talking about, oh, I'm a man of God. Nigga, you buy cat just like everybody buy cat. Don't get out of here with that. Man, don't get me started. Yeah, don't.
Yeah, I believe you, man. I believe you, man. I'm ease up off of him, Bloodbath. Ease up off of him. All right, folks. I'm gonna get out of here. I do appreciate y'all. We will try to come back tomorrow night because it's important that we continue these conversations. I am gonna try to get a little bit more consistent, and try to bring y'all a couple more shows during the week. But it's a lot going on out here in these streets.
Yeah, but you boys, I'm gonna do something I don't never used to do.
What's that?
I'm gonna listen. I don't never do this, but y'all know I'm here. But I'm gonna go. I'm about 75 miles from Los Angeles, California. And I gotta go to the belly of the beast. You know where they have them rides there.
Right.
Come to out, it ain't that big like everybody say. Like me, you looked at it.
Uh-huh.
I made a phone call. That's only in a 5-block area where those rides are. If it's 5 blocks. So, but that's where I'm going. I'm in Los Angeles, California.
Well, I want you to be careful out there, brother. Cause
Oh yeah, long gun on.
oh, okay. All right. Well, say less. Say less. Ah, man. All right. So look, folks, we appreciate y'all stopping by. All 2 of y'all. Nat, we got up to 2 people. I'm on YouTube right now. It was 0 people for most of the show. Then Brother Greg came in, so I was happy to see him. And then somebody else came in and left. But I know for a fact, once we get done recording this on YouTube and I repost this to Facebook, I'm going to get a shit ton of inboxes talking about, why didn't you let me know? And I'll be like, I tried. It wasn't nothing too much more I could do besides sending it to you personally. But I even did that, though. I even sent it to him personally. So a lot of people at work right now, I understand. It's 12 what? 12:18? Yeah, it's lunchtime. So y'all make sure y'all eat y'all lunch. And if you got an hour lunch, you got time to listen to this, just fast forward through the music parts. How about that? All right. But right now is a music part because we're getting out of here. Thank y'all for joining us on Sid Dog Complaints to 625 Murray Street live in the AM right here on YouTube and Facebook secondary. All right. Thank y'all.